Hey, lovely peeps. This is just a super quick one for me. I wanted to come on to talk about how do you know when you've really nailed your message. And when we talk about messaging, it's a mix of things like the most frequent thing we'll see are how-tos. And sometimes there's a little rant. It is definitely good. There's always place for a rant. But I believe that when you have nailed your message, you should not be able to, hey Jenny, you should not be able to communicate the core of what it is, hello Sally, the core of what it is that you want to say without feeling emotional. That emotion is completely related to your why and your passion. And I think that in a world where we are directed so much by the information that we're consuming and other people's content that we're consuming, that often we end up parroting what the most fashionable thing to say or what's most commonly being shared and communicated by our peers. When your message comes from the heart, it is almost impossible to talk about it at any level without getting emotional. So that's the litmus test for you. When somebody asks you, why do you do what you do? When somebody asks you, why should your potential client take up your service? When somebody asks you, what is it going to cost your clients not to move forward with you? You should be so connected with those answers. Not that it hurts, but that you feel it right in your heart. And when you get into that space with your communication, you know that you're in complete alignment with your message. When you're able to when you've talked about it so much that you feel unemotional and detached from it because you've been talking about it for the last 5 years, it's time for you to shift things. It's time for you to relook at who you're serving and why you want to serve them. It's why people evolve. It's why people switch up what they do. Just because you've been doing something for 10 years and you're really good at it, if you no longer feel that in your heart, it's time for you to switch it up. So, tell me, when you're talking about what it is that you do and why you do it, do you feel emotional? Do you feel it there? I am dying to know. Sally's just saying completely, I think you're saying resonates with me. I often get emotional talking about my passion and sometimes feel quite embarrassed that I'm so emotional. So what I would say, Sally, is never feel embarrassed for feeling touched. Never own the emotions. Because the moment I know that we, British people especially, we're supposed to have the stiff upper lip, but when we give ourselves permission to feel emotional about what we're doing, we're worried about the discomfort of other people, but actually you give them permission to feel more. And ultimately, if we all allowed ourselves to feel a hell of a lot more, we would cure a lot of the problems that are going on in the world. Jenny's like, I cry all the time about it, but then I cry a lot. Hannah, yes. Jade, yes. I'm emotional. I think we're all emotional after we have kids as well, aren't we? I think that definitely turns up the meter. Jade, I'm totally in touch with my feelings now, and I've found that it allows other people to also be too. Couldn't agree with you more. Yeah. It's the whole permission to shine. It's the same. When we give ourselves permission to shine, we give other people permission to shine. When we give ourselves permission to feel, we give other people permission to feel. And we all need to feel. Right, lovelies, enjoy your Friday night, and I will speak to you soon. Take care. Mwah.